So TMZ Sports just broke the story that Italy is interested in hosting the fight, which we believe is going to happen between Elon Musk and Mark Zuckerberg.
Not just Italy, Harvey. The Colosseum, the near 2,000-year-old Roman Colosseum.
Which is one of the seven wonders of the world. The Minister of Culture reached out to Mark Zuckerberg a few days ago and said, we are interested in you and Elon fighting in the Colosseum. I mean, that is where the gladiators fought.
Absolutely.
And it's real. The minister sent the message to Mark Zuckerberg. Zuckerberg passed it on to Dana White, who is the president of UFC. And Dana White's people contacted the minister, and they're going to have a Zoom meeting next week to talk about the details here.
They've had events outside of the Coliseum. They've had concerts and stuff, Harvey, but
they've had one event inside, actually, with Paul McCartney, with limited seating. But I don't know that you need all the people necessarily, because it's going to be a televised event.
The reality is, look, arenas have infrastructures and stuff to be able to put it on television, but I think there is a way to make this work. And maybe you have 200 people there and you stream this to the world. When you talked to Dana a week or so ago, he said this would be the biggest fight ever put on, and he said, I think it would do.
Listen, I love Dana White. I didn't need Dana to tell me that.
But he said,
this will be the biggest fight in the history of the world. It crosses over politics, technology, entertainment. I mean, who is not going to pay to watch this fight if they can afford to watch it? And my guess is it's going to be about $100 on pay-per-view.
I mean, look, they're charging $80 for UFC fights now. I think they could charge even more than $100. You've got UFC stars like John Jones. You've got George St. Pierre. I mean, the biggest names in MMA
that are training them.
Want to train these guys.
Now the question, do Elon and Mark Zuckerberg want to fight? And the answer, we know, is yes. They both not only want to fight, they have been talking nonstop, we're told, to Dana White. They are in it.
They're already training.
And it's interesting. What we're told is that the two of them are approaching this very differently. That Mark Zuckerberg is very technical in the way he's kind of looking at this. And Elon is just I just want to brawl.
Boom.
I just want to brawl.
And I think that goes to their personalities. That's how
it
they
totally
are.
Goes to their personality. So obviously, the stumbling block here is the height and weight disparity.
Mark Zuckerberg is only 5'7" tall. He's 145 pounds. Elon Musk
First of all, don't say only.
Okay, well, I say only compared to Elon Musk, who is 6'2" and 225 pounds. That makes for what, an 85-pound difference. Gigantic difference in fighting. There's a reason there's weight classes in fighting.
No offense to Elon, I'm told it's 230. So, look, I mean, it's gigantic. And if they did it in the United States, what we're told is they would still have to get some clearance from the Nevada,
certainly in Nevada
Licensing Commission if they do it in Vegas.
Maybe they could go somewhere else in the States and not have to get licensed, but in Nevada,
Now, initially, our recon is that they wanted to do this in Vegas.
It's the home of the UFC. Makes sense.
I think this has shifted just based on recon that I got yesterday, that they are serious about listening to this call. First of all, if you could do this at the Coliseum, I'm sorry. I mean, Vegas is great. There is nothing.
There are hundreds of fights in Vegas.
Now, it's possible that they might be talking about doing this outside the Coliseum where they've had concerts.
But think of the backdrop. But with the Coliseum in the back, it would be like nothing that we've ever seen before. They've got to do it there. The option's on the table.
Okay. This fight, I believe, is going to happen.
Oh, I do too.
And I'm not saying it just because I want it to happen. I'm saying it because we know both of them, Elon and Zuckerberg, want this fight to happen.
There's still people out there who think this is not real. This is a real fight.
Dana White wants it to happen. They have been talking nonstop.
Like day and night negotiating.
And I got to tell you, this is going to happen, and it's going to be maybe the biggest event, sports, any event you can think of, this century so far.
Heard.
Yep.